Details, let's invite the first corporate on mid-cap radar today. That's DB Corp. Reported its numbers a while back. There is a drop of 6.2% in their revenues on a year-on-year basis, but a sharp improvement in margins to 22% versus 13.5% a year ago. And that's driving a big jump in the company's profitability. Girish Agarwaal, the promoter and the founder of DB Corp, is now with us. Girish, afternoon, and thanks so much for joining in. Your advertising revenues are down 6.6% in Q4, and even for the full year, it's been under pressure. Could you give us some guidance on how FY22 ad revenue spend is likely to look like?
If you see, we are down by almost 7% in this quarter. Considering the recovery of the pandemic, I think we have done a fantastic job, especially on the cost side. That's the reason, if you see, there's been an improvement of almost 50% in the EBITDA margin. And going forward, we are very confident that since the vaccination drive is on full swing and the second wave is almost over, so I think the market is going to come back much faster than what we were initially thinking in the month of April. So I'm pretty bullish going forward.
Any numbers, Girish, but on your ad revenue guidance as well as the circulation revenue guidance?
See, in circulation, we are almost 85% of our pre-COVID number now, when I say Q1Q. So that way, I think we are hopeful. One important point on the circulation, since you mentioned, is that if you notice the circulation of Indian language newspaper, whether Hindi, Gujarati, Telugu, Tamil, Marathi, I think we all have come back to almost 85-90% of our number in spite of the second wave, while our English counterparts are in pretty bad shape. So we're very confident that this will impact the advertising revenue going forward, that there will be a shift of advertising revenues from Metro and English to the Indian language newspapers.
That's a very interesting point. Good morning. Any thoughts, ideas why this may be the case?
Simple reason, because advertiser release an ad in your paper or publication based on your circulation and your impact and your reach.
Oh, no, Girish, I don't know. My question was, why is English not picked up and circulation not picked up and vernacular languages are picked up?
What happened, the metros are the vertical cities. You all live in apartments, while the rest of India is the horizontal. People have their individual houses largely. So what happened if your society decided because of COVID nobody else will come inside, your entire 500 newspaper goes for a toss. While in the rest of India, is all single, double, 5-story houses, where there's no such societies of 500 and 1,000 flats. So that's the reason why the horizontal India will have advantage this time.
Right. Now that you describe it so simply, it seems obvious, but did not seem so obvious earlier. Girish, so tell us, you said that there will be a shift from electronic to, from English media print to, the vernacular languages, Indian languages. Can you tell us just some numbers? I mean, what was the size of advertising in Indian languages pre-pandemic? Where are we right now? And how do you see that sort of developing going forward?
See, the ratio between Indian languages and English was 60-40 and came down to almost 65-35 also. English was 35-40 and Indian language was 60-65. Now in the pandemic, what we are seeing in last 1 year's time, most of the Indian language publications have come back. Like if you look at my top line, I'm at almost 65-70% of my last year top line. So that means that only 30% of my revenue is yet to come back. While if you look at the English publications, you will find that number is below 50%. So that's clear indication that the advertising for the Indian language publication is coming back much faster, and they're going to be shift for obvious reasons.
Girish, just to get a bit company specific, you said your circulation, circulation is back to 85% of what it was pre-pandemic currently. What was it in the month of April and May, just to understand the impact of the second COVID wave? And even on ad revenues, if you could tell us what was the hit in the prior 2 months?
In the month of April, May, which was this quarter one of this year, there has been hardly any impact on circulation. So that's one good thing this time. While last year, suddenly in the April, May, there was a big drop. But this time, there's hardly any drop. So the recovery which has come in is largely staying back with us. Advertising, obviously, April, May was bad because of the total lockdown. Now, since the market have opened up, the advertising is coming back.
Okay, and you want to put any numbers to that? And also, if you could just give us a sense of how the newspaper print prices have been. Have costs escalated and how are you going to manage it?
So if I look at this quarter of mine and the last quarter, there has been a 4% decline on the newsprint cost. And we are very confident that going forward, this newsprint cost will be largely on the same range. From the third quarter, we expect a decline in the newsprint going back again.
Girish, it's a pleasure. Thank you very much. Appreciate you joining in with that opinion on your business. Thanks indeed.